Okay, who the f is this guy? Seriously, who is he? Where is he? I haven't seen him in the original trilogy. Seriously, just how many people watching this video actually knew who this guy was before they started playing Battlefront? Don't lie, tell me if you knew who he was. And if you knew who he was, tell me if you actually know about him and haven't just seen him for the 5 seconds he was on screen in the original trilogy, because that's literally all he has. They wanted original trilogy content, well, why not add original trilogy content? Oh wait, they can't because there isn't enough goddamn villains. This is the problem with only having original content trilogy in the game. It doesn't work. There's not enough original trilogy characters. Just stop. Okay, now who are they gonna add? They've added Greedo. They've added this Dengar wannabe guy. Who are they supposed to add now? Jabba the f***ing Hutt? No. You can't add. There's just not enough original trilogy characters to add into the DLC. Yeah, there's other bounty hunters in that one scene in episode 5, but they literally have no lines, and that's all you see of them in the original trilogy. Are they really worthy of being in the game? And I know some of you love Bosk and people like that, but are they really worthy of being in this game? They were on screen for 5 seconds. Come on. I'd rather have prequel content, then you can have guys like General Grievous who look badass and actually talk in the movie. Or you could add the Force Awakens content and add Kylo Ren, who again is actually a main character and actually talks, or Captain Phasma. Look at all the villains you're wasting. But no, they say original trilogy content only because they think we want to play as guys who have no lines throughout the whole Star Wars movies. And I don't care what they say in the expanded universe, that doesn't matter anymore. The expanded universe doesn't matter, so just because they say stuff in the expanded universe doesn't make them worthy of being in the game. It doesn't. Stop thinking you're smart, EA, it doesn't make them worthy, just don't. Okay, yes, I know the DLC isn't all bad because they added Lando, a character that actually has a major role in the movie because he blows up the Death Star. So they actually add an important character that people actually would want to play as. And they finally added the Cloud City map. I haven't played the original Battlefronts, but apparently that was a fan favourite map. So they're finally bringing that back. So the DLC isn't all bad. It's just the villains in this movie. There's not enough. There's not enough original trilogy villains. Okay, this is how I think the game should have gone. The base game should have all original trilogy content. None of the DLCs should be original trilogy because everything original trilogy should already be in the game. Dagobah, Cloud City, Tatooine, all those maps should already be in the game. The heroes should have been the 3 heroes they've got now, Luke, Han and Leia. Chewbacca should have been in the game, and Lando should have already been in the game. For villains, it should be the 3 villains we have now. Greedo should have been in the game, and I don't know, one of Bosk or someone, one of the other bounty hunters that are in the game. Or maybe Grand Moff Tarkin, because even though I don't see how they would put him into the game, he still has more of a role than half the characters they're adding in this DLC. So that's how the base game should have been. Then the next DLC should have been The Force Awakens, because it should have came out, say, January, after most people have already seen The Force Awakens. That way, you can't spoil anything, because most hardcore Star Wars fans would have seen The Force Awakens in the first week of release. And I don't care if people will still be complaining. If you're complaining in, February that EA spoiled Star Wars for The Force Awakens for you, then you're not a true Star Wars fan. Real Star Wars fans would have seen The Force Awakens in the first month, so don't even bother complaining. And then after The Force Awakens DLC, they should do what they're doing now with the free DLC, where they just have current maps that are already in the game and just change them up, have a new Hoth map, have a new Tatooine map. That's good. They should keep doing that until the next DLC comes out, which would be the Clone Wars DLC. I don't know when that would come out. I'll probably give them a lot of time because Clone Wars, this would probably be that one big DLC. So I'll give them a lot of time to make it, but the next DLC after The Force Awakens should be the Clone Wars. That should bring in Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, obviously clones and droids, a new game mode that's got clones and droids in, because it's kind of weird having droids in Walker Assault, so no, there should be new game modes for the Clone Wars DLC. Oh wait, I forgot to mention that in the Force Awakens DLC, the two heroes that I would add is Finn and Rey, and then the two villains, Kylo Ren, Captain Phasma, done. The 4 heroes added into that one. In the Clone Wars, I mentioned Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi, then... Well, I actually don't know. Clone Wars, General Grievous, I guess, since he's the leader of the droid army. And then Count Dooku, probably. Yeah, Count Dooku, since none of the other villains really have a major role in it. I could say the Emperor, but there's already the Emperor in the game. And I could say Jango Fett, but, you know, video game fans, they'll rage because the Jango Fett will literally be the exact same powers as Boba Fett, so it's pointless. The maps, they should add Mustafar, well, not Tatooine, because that would already be on there. Geonosis, that's the planet. You could add Geonosis in there as well. And then some other planets that I can't actually remember the name of. But anyway, that is how it should have gone, not what they've done now. So anyway, guys, this has been the Apex Player, just ranting on about how I think the Star Wars Battlefront DLC sucks. So anyway, if you like Star Wars Battlefront, just like the video and subscribe for more. Peace. Oh, and just one quick thing. People like Darth Maul, the reason I didn't talk about them is technically they're not part of the Clone Wars, so they wouldn't go in the Clone Wars DLC, but they would be in the game. I guess they might be in the DLC between The Force Awakens and the Clone Wars one, or maybe in a DLC after it. And the Yoda would also go in the Clone Wars DLC, because it's not really point in putting original trilogy Yoda, because he doesn't really do anything. So anyway, this has been the Apex Player. Peace.